question is just tell us about your work as a special educator, what you do, what kind of setting you're in, your students, etc. So who are you and what do you do?
I actually got into working with special children because I found that the coordination was bad. I didn't train as a special educator. I trained as a yoga instructor. And one of the specialities we worked with was special children. So that's how I understood what was the problem with the children who were hearing impaired. And I started working with them, just doing yoga with them first every day, then twice in the week. And within a month, within 6 weeks, the teachers came back to say that the children had quietened down in class. They were able to pay attention longer, and that they were able to write better. They were able to respond better when the teacher spoke to them about something. So they were all very happy, and the children also, their whole behavior patterns started changing. So that's how I started actually with working with these children with special abilities.
How long have you been a special educator now?
It's more than a year now.
Okay. And tell us about your specific setting in India. You know, do you work in the schools at all, or this after school care, or what kind of services are offered for the students in your setting?
I began teaching more than 35 years ago. And when I was teaching, I didn't deal with children with physical impairments like hearing impairment, but I had a special interest with children who had learning disabilities, dyslexia, ADHD, slow learners, children with memory and retention problems. I'd been working with them for a very long time. And that was a separate experience. I mean, the actual physical impairment was with the children with hearing disability. And as time went on, because when I started working with these children, in India, we didn't have much information. And there was no access to the net either. So it was literally, we had to work, just work, find the best way possible. But by the time I finished and I had enough help, that's how I moved into working with the children with hearing impairment, because the background of working with children with learning disabilities helped me to work with the children with hearing impairment.
And what kind of services are offered for those with hearing impairments where you're at in your local community or town or right outside of Mumbai?
No, I worked with them and I worked in Shillong, not in Mumbai, in the northeast of India. Here I'm working with preschool children, and where I'm trying to include children with impairments, whether they're physical or mental, into the preschool. So that we give them a great right from the beginning, because when a child is in class, maybe class 6, 12 years or that age, the work to be done with the child is far more. But when we start with them when they are in preschool, it gives that child a little more time to adjust to the system. So now in Mumbai, I'm working with preschool children. I'm setting up a curriculum, working directly with them, training teachers, setting up the teachers' training course to include, how to include children with these difficulties. That's what I'm working on in Mumbai now.
Okay.
And I'm working earlier with Shillong.
And so 2 last questions. What is one thing that you feel like the audience that we're going to be speaking to, which is mostly a Western audience from North America, for the most part, what is something you would like them to know about the system or where you're at and the students that you're working with? And then the second part of that question, is there anything that you feel like you would like to know, or anything that that you're interested in about the special education system in either the US or Canada or somewhere in the West?
So there's a lot I need to know, and a lot of help I could benefit from, I think, because our children that we help in Shillong, the ones I work with, They are children from very deprived backgrounds, financially weak. A lot of them are just um, children who we all support. They have got sponsors to just be in school. So what they have is at the minimum basic level, and even our teachers over there, we have to pay them a very basic amount. But the whole thing is that everybody is working very hard, but we are strapped for resources. Our teachers' training is not complete because we don't have the resources to train them. So a lot of it we are playing by ear. So if we could get help, like we could learn ways to help our children, because our children over there are from age 4 to age 16. If we could get some more information where I could share it with our teachers, what else we could do to help them, because we are preparing them for the class 10 exam in India. Another problem we face with our children over there is that like because they are deaf and dumb, most people don't realize they have an impairment. They look normal otherwise. So whenever it comes to some sort of help required, our children are considered last because they look normal. And last time I had trained the children, they had prepared a yoga dance to music, and they danced so well that people were quite like, so what, they danced. And it was when we told them finally these children are stone deaf, they have total hearing impairment, people were doubting us because the children are normal. And they responded so beautifully to the music. I mean, there are things like this where we need now to learn better ways to help the children to understand what they need to be able to do the class 10 exam and to get good marks. Because in India, that's what counts. Yeah. That's one thing we need a lot of help with. We are doing our best. But there is a lot of stuff we need. We need to learn how to communicate. We are strapped for resources. So even to get like videos, that is what I was looking for last, to explain to them stuff like geography, history, those sort of things, science, because we don't even have a proper lab in school. So these sort of things, I mean, if anyone could help me, like where could I get videos for these children with hearing impairments? And trying to get them to read. But again, I have the problem. We don't have enough resources to teach them how to read so they can pick up and enjoy it. There are these things, they're small, but the fact is that they need the help. And for our children at the preschool level, now we've just started, so as we go along, we'll find out exactly what more we need. But for the grown-up children, that's what we need right now. If anyone can help us with where we can access material.
Well, we will definitely work on that, and you and I know we'll be in touch, so we'll make sure that we get those resources to you. Hopefully we'll be talking again very soon, but thank you for taking the time to do this. Dr. Keller or Dr. Martin or Dina, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask Cheryl before, because as you all know, I have to depart soon, so is there anything that that you all want to ask? Or they love you. Clearly they love you as much as I do. So